Hey guys, it's Caden here. I'm the repair tech here at Booth Music. Today I wanted to talk to you about a pretty common fix that we see all the time here, and that is loose, wobbly output jacks on electric guitars. I've seen all sorts of crazy ways people try to use to fix this. I've seen, super glue, epoxy. I saw one come in with JB Weld on it. Really, none of that's necessary. All you need is just a couple things here, a little Phillips screwdriver, and then just a wrench that matches the size of your output jack. In this case, and in most cases, it's 12 millimeter. And then on USA-made guitars, it'll be a 1/2 inch. What you'll notice is if you come in here and you try to just tighten this little nut on the jack from the outside, you can get to a certain point, but you end up just spinning the jack around, which eventually ends up breaking the wires inside of here, and then you need a bigger repair. All you have to do to get this done correctly is just remove these 4 screws from the jack plate. 4 screws in this case. Some guitars will only have 2 screws. Just set those somewhere where they won't go missing. Now you can remove the jack plate and the jack from the guitar. So you can see here, like I said, if I go in and just try to tighten this, that entire jack ends up spinning. What you want to do instead is hold the jack from the back side of the plate here and then tighten up that nut from the outside. That way everything sits snug against that plate, and now that jack's not going to go anywhere. All you have to do then is put the plate back in and you're good to go. That should stay plenty tight. No need to do any of that crazy stuff with glue or epoxy or whatever else. And this is something that you want to check periodically. Having that jack loose so that it can spin will end up, like I said, eventually shearing off those wires from the inside. Then we need to either replace the jack or at the very least replace some wiring to the rest of the electronics. But there we are, all put back together and it's good to go. And today I want to talk to you about a pretty common fix on your acoustic guitar here, and that is the loose, rattly output jack. We see these all the time, especially on this style of jack where you have this piece here that doubles as your strap button. Just the tension of having the strap on there tends to loosen the nut that holds this jack on. But I can show you how to tighten that up pretty quickly here. First thing you'll want to do is just take off the strap button itself here. These are just finger tight. You generally don't need tools to get this off. And then under here you'll see the nut that actually holds the jack tight to the instrument. You can see this one here is loose, just kind of spinning around. You'll need just a wrench. Typically it's a 1/2 inch for a jack like this. You can tighten it up to a point, but you'll notice that once it starts to get firm against the body, the jack itself just starts spinning and you can't really get it any tighter. What you'll need is just a little piece of metal, either a thin screwdriver, or in this case I'm using an Allen wrench. You'll notice 2 little holes drilled straight through the jack. What you can do is put this little piece of metal through those holes, and you use that to hold the jack in place while you tighten that nut. So there you go. That gets it tight to the body, and that just keeps that jack from spinning around. You don't want to spin it because then you can end up breaking off the wires inside of the instrument. And then from there, all you have to do is put your strap button back on. Like I said, it just goes finger tight. One little trick I like to use is just a little bit of clear nail polish. It's not like you're gluing the jack back together or anything. This can still come off if you need to, but I'll just coat the threads with some of that. It provides just enough hold to keep things from kind of loosening back up once you put a strap back on the instrument. But we'll just spin this back on, finger tight, and that's good to go.